stamping friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and it's Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be making a card showing you with the Love of Leaves stamp set and the Stitched Leaf dies. Gonna hold while I'll flip and we'll get started. 1 second. All right, make sure you guys comment in today's video. One lucky watcher will get today's card. This card looks really kind of crazy because there's lots of layers in this card. It's really not too bad though when you take it just one step at a time. So we're going to go ahead and break it apart and start with one section and then build on it. I did use, or am using, the Love of Leaves stamp set today, and I'm using this leaf right here, the thank you, and your friendship is something I know I can count on. Let's go ahead and start with our bottom base. I'll try to give you some of the measurements for today, but you'll be able to get all of them over on my blog after the video. So we have a regular base, which is the 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And this is our bottom base. And then I have our Whisper White, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and get our little leaf out, this one right here, and we're going to stamp inside with our pretty peacock. We're going to go ahead and ink this up and just kind of stamp at that angle right there. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our thank you. And we are going to just put that kind of up towards the top in the middle, giving us enough space to write down below. All right. Oops, sorry guys, shake you there. Next, we're just going to go ahead and add our glue. We'll do some liquid glue on the back. And then we'll put this inside of this pretty peacock card base. And this will be our first layer. Just like so. All right. We'll set that aside. We're going to go to our next layer, which has a valley. I said yesterday in my measurements that it was a smoky slate, but we're using the basic gray. This one, we're just going to put DSP all over it. So the measurements for this piece here are 4 by 7 1/2, scored at 5 1/4. And then our DSP is at 3 3/4 by 5. And then we have 2 3 3/4 by 2 inches. We're going to go ahead and we are going to put our DSP right on the inside, like that. Then we're going to go ahead and put this one on the bottom. In mine, I had it where I kind of did a notch and you could make a pocket. This would work. I would have to make my DSP a little bit bigger. A gift card did not fit in this size. I could put something else in there, like another little note or some cash. But yeah, this DSP would have to be just a little bit bigger if that's what you wanted to put inside of it, a gift card. So I'm going to put this one right there. And we're trying to line it up so it looks like those two will match. And then we can bend this part up, our valley, and we're going to put the matching DSP on this side. Just like that. Add a little bit of glue, and we're going to line it up so that way it matches with the front of this DSP. You kind of see that there? Okay. And this valley part is now done as well. Let's go ahead and go to our last part, which I'm calling the mini base. And we're going to stamp on our Whisper White in this one. And we're going to use that really awesome, your friendship is something I know I can count on. We'll ink that up again in that same color, the pretty peacock, and put it right about there and press down. Awesome. All right, let me go ahead and close up this ink because we are done with it for this card. And now we'll just get all of our pieces on it. So this part is going to go ahead and be on the inside. So we'll glue that one in. Just like that. Then we're going to take the DSP for this one and put it on the top. These measurements for this is a 3 by 3 3/4 for these 3 pieces that we're using. We'll have 2 Whisper Whites and the DSP. And then this mini card base measures at, let's see, I think it was, there we go, 3 1/4 by 8, and I have it scored at 4. All right, so far we're looking good. Let's go ahead and use our bone folder on this one. And we're going to use our other piece of Whisper White, which I've embossed. In fact, I've embossed it with a brand new embossing folder that's coming out in January called the Painted Texture. In my original one, I used the Old World embossing folder, which looks really awesome as well. So you can use whichever one you have. I thought it would be really fun to show you this new embossing folder. All right, so we're just going to glue that on to the front of this mini one. Press down, and then we have some leaves that I have die cut out already using those stitch leaf dies, and we're going to add some dimensionals on the back. I like to use the mini one for this guy, and in fact we don't need too many on him because he's going to overlap our other one. And then we're going to go ahead and grab about 2 for this one. Remove the backing and flip this one over. There we go. And then we'll attach this one. You want to have it so they kind of meet at the bottom here. And then I have a linen thread bow, a giant bow, which I've wrapped a couple times to make, and we'll attach that with a glue dot. Stick that right there and press it down, pinch, and put it right about there. And it's supposed to look messy, so don't worry. All right, now let's get all those 3 pieces back in and see how we put them together. We're going to go ahead and put liquid glue on the back of our valley piece and attach it to our base, our pretty peacock base, and just line it up like that. Okay, then we're going to open up this valley part here, and we're going to attach our mini base. Oops, sorry, I know that's loud. We're going to go right about there. Let's see. Close it up, see how I look on my top. Wiggle it just a little bit. Try to get as center as I can. And then we'll let that dry, and that one is good to go. Look how awesome that is. And when you stand it up, you can have it kind of sitting at this really cool open way, like that trifold. And I love how it looks when you open it this way, where it has the DSP on the bottom and that DSP on the top. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching and learning how to do this card. And when we break it apart, it's not nearly as scary as it looks. Have a great weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.